And Annie's with us now. Welcome to the programme.
Yeah, I like the joke.
You like the joke?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We
If
got
I'd known, I'd have brought you some
We got two jokes.
fresh. Yes, some fresh. I'd have brought you some new
Bit of house
models,
joke.
fresh from Coachella and all that stuff.
Now, before we get on, what is a big bass banger?
This is a tune that has a lot of bass beats in it. I start my show with three of them because I think, you have, if you start your show with something really strong, as you do with your show, it's very strong, three, grab your audience.
Quite right, too.
So kind of,
If only we had an audience to grab.
well, I can help you out.
You can. Radio One since 1970.
Yes, the tortoise is.
I was only 8 at the time, I remember.
Yeah.
How have you managed to stay relevant?
Because I'm fascinated by the music. I'm fascinated by the tortoises. Now
It's all right, it won't
no,
hit you.
nice.
It's very
Nothing
nice.
me.
It's going to give you a toe massage.
Remaining
It's giving me a,
So how have you managed to keep relevant?
because I think I'm genuinely very interested in the way music develops, and it changes all the time. And because now you can make an album on your iPhone, anybody can.
Don't encourage
And
them.
okay, I won't encourage them, but so because it's so accessible now, there is so much. It can move very quickly. You don't need to be in Abbey Road Studios anymore to make an album. But it means that there's an awful lot more around and hard to be recognised.
Do you move with the times consciously? Have you done that? Or does it just kind of happen naturally?
Well, I want to hear something I haven't heard before. John Peel used to say that too. And I couldn't put it better because I don't want to hear the same old. I want to hear something that's innovative, somebody doing something different. And because it all moves so quickly now, and because of the digital world we live in.
Which makes it even quicker.
Yeah, so somebody can put an element into a tune last week. By next week, someone would have heard that, taken it, changed it around and moved it on. And that is what continues to fascinate me.
You have to want to move with the times. It's so easy for people to slip in to say, oh, it was much better back then.
Well, of course. And I mean, for most people, when
Most
they're
people
young...
probably think that too.
When they're young is when they... pop music is most important to them.
But we also have a generation now in its 60s, which has grown up with music probably more important to that generation than any previous generation.
Absolutely.
And there's still, Alan's a classic example of that, Michael still with Wagner, but, which he was around when it first started. But this is the first generation ever that's had this music all through its life and stuck with it.
Yes.
And is rather proud of it, I would suggest.
I think
as well.
so. Do you know what's happening in California in October? There's a festival called Coachella, which is it's kind of American Glastonbury. So this year they've just done that, and they have all the Calvin Harris and all the big pop star names now. So what they've done is they're going to have what they now being called Old Cella. So they've managed to put together Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones, The Who,
the great old
Paul
acts.
McCartney, Neil Young, and Roger Waters. It's sold out 2 weekends like that.
Because that older generation
that-
is going. And
I
they'll
mean,
take their kids with them too.
Yeah, and apparently an awful lot of young people. So it is fascinating to me, and it does prove the thing of if you that it's good to stick together. If you are a band, try and hold it together, stick together if you can. Because I mean, people like the Rolling Stones went through very bad years,
Sure.
incredibly unpopular.
You two have moved with the times, haven't you? I mean, look at you sitting
Right, so-
here like a Harvey Keitel walk-on extras.
Well, you and I have sat on this furniture for 13 years.
We have.
Who would have guessed that?
Who would have
This-
guessed it?
this-
And we've moved with the
This
times.
programme was supposedly devised for a young audience, and the average age of its presenters when we started was 50 plus, and now it's 60 plus.
Well, the audience was young when we started. It just got old. You've moved with the times, Alan, as well, haven't you?
Well, I think it's that point you make about music. I mean, it's like if you're a reader and you only ever read Dickens or Trollope, I mean, you're bound to read more modern stuff, and
Exactly.
so you listen to more modern music. And I think Annie's a great example of, you can't just say, when you get to 60, you just go and listen to your Dire Straits' greatest hits, and that's the last thing you ever listen to.
A lot of people just find it that's a very. I think actually sometimes people feel a bit embarrassed to like. They don't want to look like they're trying to be down with the kids.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
trying to be down with the kids.
Now you're DJing at a festival next month. Just
yes, it's called How the Light Gets In,
right.
it's
And where is it?
It's at Hay on Wye.
Hey, on why?
Yeah.
Couldn't be a better place for a festival. He goes down there as well. You know.
Yeah. Oh,
They both do when they've got books to flog.
Yeah.
Or something else. Annie, thank you.
Thank you.